All right, guys, welcome to Nerd Talk with Z's number, what was this, 25? 26?
Yeah, 26.
26? Yeah, 26. That's right. Halfway point, right? You're right. All right, guys, we're going to jump right into it today. We got a full show. First up, as always, the movies. Sony has canceled their, okay, this is going to be, this is a mouthful, okay? The Sony universe of Spider-Man characters. They have canceled all of their upcoming films, including the Venom spinoff. For the Venom spin-off Null solo movie. I don't know anybody that's sad about this. Like I liked the Venom movies.
Yeah,
those are cool. All right, I liked Venom movies, but every other entry was just terrible. Kraven was okay, but it was like a high-end sci-fi movie. Mm-hmm. Like they put actual effort into the sci-fi movie, mm-hmm. and I'm talking about the channel sci-fi. Yeah, I'm talking about the channel sci-fi. So I'm not really bummed out about this. I mean, I would like to see Tom Hardy in Secret Wars and Doomsday, but
I can't say that I'm bummed out because I forgot. Like once, like I went, saw Venom 3, saw Null, and was like, "Hey, Andy Serkis sounds pretty dang cool as Null as well." And then, yeah, I honestly forgot. Like, when I saw this, I was like, oh, it's officially dead. And I was all like, huh, oh, yeah, that was a thing. I was like, yeah, they were.
See,
they were
it didn't, like, it didn't even register on you that this happened.
The only bit of sadness that I have is I'm like, oh, let's work for Andy Serkis. But he's Alfred anyway, so he's fine. I mean, he's like, going to be good.
Yeah, and we're going to talk more about that in a second. But, yeah, Andy Serkis, he's pulling Tolkien money, okay? Mm-hmm. He's one of them Tolkien white guys on Black Panther too, as well. Not number 2.
Wait,
but,
he? Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, he was Claw.
I was like, wasn't he killed off? Wasn't he K-worded off? But I was like, okay, yeah. As in,
yes. So I mean, if you guys liked the Sony universe of Spider-Man characters, I had to reread it again. If you like that universe, I guess you're bummed.
I mean, they had like 4 good movies.
That three Venom movies, and what was the 4th good movie?
Kraven.
Are you really counting that as a good movie?
I
just because I enjoyed it doesn't mean it's a good movie. I enjoy Sharknado. Sharknado was not a good movie.
I count it as a good, solid movie. I mean, not a solid movie, but I count it as a good, passable movie. Especially because, like, if you just take out the fact that if you rename the guy instead of being Kraven, if you renamed it, it would have been a decent movie. It would have been passable. But the fact that it's Kraven also brings it down a
bit. Everybody aside from Aaron Taylor Johnson and Kurt Russell, they like all of their acting sucked.
Hey, Kurt Russell had an accent.
I said Kurt Russell was good. Russell Crowe. Kurt Russell Crowe. We're doing it again. Yeah. We did this last week.
Hey, what about Rhino? That guy was selling.
You know what? I'll give you that. Yes. The dude playing Rhino was selling it. It's just we weren't buying it.
I was buying it.
Okay, but yeah, so
I guess his brother wasn't half bad. Chameleon wasn't half bad.
His line delivery was very wooden.
It was, but like, yeah.
That's part of it.
Yeah,
it's like it's like he was one of those kids from that Troll 2. Where it was a completely foreign film and they had to spell out every word phonetically in their own language in order for them to produce it in English. None of the crew in there spoke English.
But I never heard that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a terrible movie. It was like, oh my God, they're eating her. Literally, that's how it sounded. And yes, to me, that's how that got.
The only troll movie that I remember seeing like that was Troll Hunter.
That's a Norwegian one, right?
Yeah, that one was pretty good.
That one was pretty good. I'll give you that one. So moving on, Akira, the manga, the anime, whatever you want, whatever medium that you've experienced it in, the film rights have reverted back to Kodansha from Warner Brothers, supposedly completely removing Taika Waititi from all consideration for filming and all that stuff, which. I mean, given his track record with Thor and turning pretty much everything into a joke, it's probably a good thing. But that's a personal opinion.
Yeah. Like, no disrespect. It's just I'm not a fan, so I'm not upset that he's not going to be.
I mean,
Yeah.
like he was all right in Free Guy, but he wasn't direct. He wasn't director, and Akira that is a phenomenal property to try to adapt. It is a daunting task to try to adapt. I would be more inclined to like put my support behind it if Michael B. Jordan was involved in some way, because the dude's an anime fan and he wants to make an anime
He's
film.
the Henry Cavill of anime.
He is.
That brings that level of.
He does, and like I don't think that he would be involved in a live action anime project if it was crap. You know what I mean? Like if he saw it and said, I want to do this, I want to be a producer, all that stuff, I would be right there because there's no way he's going to let that stuff fail. You know what I mean? But yeah, so the Akira film rights have reverted, which might have saved the franchise. I don't know, because now we're talking about it again. Not only that, but I believe it's Dark Horse, but they're publishing an anniversary edition, an anniversary omnibus, starting, I believe, in August. It's when it's supposed to release, August or September. But yeah, I just put in orders for some. You see, Matt. Oh, we were talking about this earlier about Andy Serkis, the continuing to have a job in Batman. Matt Reeves has finally completed his script for Batman Part 2. The release date is expected to be October 1st, 2027. So we still have about 2 years left to go. Skepticism?
What? Whenever you're like making guesses or whatever. But anyway, I chose a bad word.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about.
I know there's an S word when like you're making assumptions about like what could possibly happen. The speculation? No,
I am honestly at a loss. Speculate. Okay. Wow, I didn't even catch that. Wow. I am sorry.
I haven't really eaten all
There's pizza out there.
The speculations about what could possibly be in this movie are already coming because it looks like there could be a subtitle.
Well, I don't know. Because James Gunn doesn't like subtitles. That's why the new Supergirl is not going to be called Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. It's just going to be called Supergirl, which I think that says it all.
But at the same time, too, Supergirl is part of James Gunn's official DC universe. This is Elseworld DC universe.
Well, James Gunn is still
a part of it. I know.
No, he's still in charge.
I know, like he still oversees everything. But I could also see like them having a playful. Matt Reeves and James Gunn having a playful conversation where Matt Reeves is like, "Look, playfully, be like, look, James."
No, not even James. Look, Jim. Look, see here, Jim.
But yeah, like, look, Jim. You may not like subtitles, but I'm not in your DC universe that you're crafting. I'm in the outskirts of it. So give me this.
Maybe. We'll see how it happens.
Because a lot of people, like the main one I've been seeing, are like people being all like, "Ooh, it's partners in crime" or something like that, and then having speculation that Robin's going to be coming.
Partners in crime?
Yeah.
Huh? No, it's too early. Too early for a Robin.
It's never too early for my.
It's too early for. Don't say it. Yeah. Don't say it. Okay, don't say it.
Yeah.
It's never too early for my.
I shouldn't make that fun. We're a family show. We should not make that fun. Maybe when we get bigger, we'll have the unrated episodes on other things. But
Patreon.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of speculation going on about Batman Part 2. The main one that's been going around has been an antagonist as Mr. Freeze or Hush, and a lot of these are just rumors, okay? So take that with a big grain of salt. I would like to see a well-done version of Mr. Freeze in live action, because as much as I love Arnold as Mr. Freeze, it was a pretty crappy adaptation.
I feel like it was pretty good for the campiness, the campy era.
For the campiness, yeah. But like overall, the entire movie's kind of meh.
Like our new age of Mr. Freeze and all that, yeah, bad. But like he would have fit it if that Mr. Freeze was with Adam West.
You've been fit right in.
Yes.
Oh, excuse me.
But amazing Mr. Freeze.
Nice to see you. But yeah, so moving on. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2 is coming back to theaters September 27th of this year. I think it's some sort of anniversary. Is it? It's not 20 years, is it? Oh, snap.
Yeah.
I think it is 20 years. Yeah. So for an anniversary screening, I think the entire trilogy is actually getting re-released around the same time. But supposedly it's going to be released with new never before seen footage. So we'll see how that goes.
I think it's just going to be. I honestly think because some of them are saying it might. Yeah, yes, that might be unseen footage, but some of them are also just calling it a director's cut. So I think at the very least it's going to be that like Spider-Man 2.1 that you could get on the DVD.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So I think at the very least that's going to be the one they show, but still, big screen.
That'd be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. And Godzilla -1, the sequel, has revealed that it will start filming in August of this year with a tentative release date of late next year of 2026. During the announcement, they also kind of teased the appearance of a new kaiju. So I'm really excited because oh my gosh, like me and Bob were talking about it last night. -1 was amazing. He finally saw it. -1 was amazing. It's probably my most favorite Godzilla film that they've ever released, and I would really like for the new kaiju to be Biollante. Yes, I know I've talked. Yeah, I know I've talked about it, but that's like before -1. That was my favorite Godzilla movie, and it's super hard to find. At least for me, I can't find it.
The only thing I'm wondering now, because there's been some time between this movie and this other one. I just wonder, has our boy Godzilla had too much time off? Has he lost some of his gains, or do you think has he ate too much and he needs to hit that workout regime to get it back down, to get his weight back down?
Given how much like he was messed up, is it safe to assume that it is no longer the original Godzilla, and what has grown is a completely new Godzilla? It's that whole ship theory from Vision Quest, or from WandaVision.
Oh, that thing?
yeah.
So annoying.
Yeah.
That episode came out when I was still in college, and oh my gosh, I was still in college, and I was still taking my last English class that I had to take. So when that came out, like nothing but like a week of having to do like papers and study and like talking topics over the ship of Theseus and how it's an amazing concept, and just like I got so annoyed.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't. Wow. That's pretty sad.
Yeah. I got so annoyed at that. I was like, guys. But and the Godzilla thing, I like where you took it, but I also was kind of just going for like a what if treating Godzilla like an actual actor.
Oh. That went over my head.
I was going for that, like sometimes like as if Alan Ritchson would, like, if they had a huge break between Reacher season 4 and the next season, and like he just got into other things and lost some of his muscle mass, and like, yeah, Alan Ritchson's got to get back in the gym now. So I was all like,
you know what? Now that you say that,
got to get back in the gym.
now that you're talking about Alan Ritchson, we're gonna go off on a tangent here because because at some point they're gonna film a 4th season of Blue Mountain State. They've already said that they are. Alan Ritchson even said that they are. Is he gonna drop the muscle? Like, because he wasn't as huge as he is now as Thad Castle. Is he gonna drop the muscle?
I think he was gonna. I'm pretty sure he would have to drop.
Be that big?
I think he would have to drop a little bit because even for football standards and like the position he played, he is like freaking massive, huge. So I think he's gonna have to lose a little bit. He's at least gonna like definitely get more slim down. Being huge, but yeah. I was also thinking about that because this morning I saw the bloopers that Pixar would do for like Bug's Life and all them, where they're like treating the people like they were actual actors, and I started thinking. So like right now at this moment, I was all like, what if they decided to do that for Godzilla one day? Just doing the credits we're seeing, and it's just Godzilla, just like. How many more takes?
That reminds me of Robot Chicken where they did that. But yeah. All right. So I'm excited for. Obviously, we're all excited about Godzilla. But now moving on to the world of Street Fighter. Excuse me. According to Nexus Point News, 50 Cent, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson has confirmed that he is in talks to play Balrog in the new Street Fighter movie. Now, nothing is confirmed yet, but he is supposedly he is in talks. But what has been confirmed are Kalina Liang from Presence as Chun-Li, Orville Peck, the country musician, as Vega, Noah Centino from Black Adam as Ken. I believe he was also in the Recruit, which, dude, I saw the first season. I still need to see the second season, but the first season was amazing. Let me see. Roman Reigns, the wrestler, as Akuma.
That one's questionable.
That one, supposedly, that one's actually confirmed.
Well, no, I just mean like
the casting.
The decision question.
I mean, I don't know. He's big and he's got the head shape for it. No? Questionable? Okay.
Questionable.
Is he not that good of an actor?
Oh, really? No.
Really? Wow. Oh, okay. Then this movie's off to a Legend of Chun-Li start. Let me see. And Andrew Koji from Snake Eyes, he played Storm Shadow as Ken. No, Ryu. Sorry, he's supposed to be Ryu. I accidentally typed Ken. And with Jason Momoa still in talks to portray Blanca. He has not been confirmed. Jason Momoa has not been confirmed. But in the strangest news, Andrew Schultz, the comedian. What, dude? Have you ever seen his stand-up? He is friggin' hilarious. Okay.
I don't think I can picture his face.
I'll send you a couple clips. But yes, Andrew Schultz, the comedian, has joined the cast. But there is he's joined the cast, but he has not been revealed as to what he joined the cast as which character he's playing. And that's coming from Deadline. So I think they reported on it yesterday or Friday that he joined the cast, but nobody said who he's playing. But rumors are suggesting that he is playing Dan Hibiki. Hibiki.
I still need to know who's going to be my boy.
Who's your boy? Daya?
Change the channel.
M. Bison?
No.
Oh, Zangief?
Yes.
Okay.
My boy. Quick, change the channel.
Forgot about that part. Speaking of General M. Bison, supposedly Walton Goggins is in talks to play him.
Immediately, my mind went to Pedro Pascal.
I would not. You know what? That's who's going to play Zangief, Pedro Pascal. That's not serious. Okay, I'm being facetious.
I've been rewatching Kim Possible, and I couldn't help but think. Like you remember,
Senior.
Senior. He'd be great.
He would be pretty damn good as Senior.
To take up the mantle from the Mexican dude himself, Ricardo Montalban. Pedro Pascal would be.
Is that who voiced it?
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
I got sad a few days ago because I made it to season 3, and like the first time, Senior comes up in season 3, I guess was just after he died, so he's a different voice, and I'm like, oh,
that's
sad,
right.
But
forgot about that.
Yes, he'd be great if they made a live action one where they put like a little bit more budget behind it instead of just having you could do that the first movie instead of leading with
Draken,
Senior, and Pedro Pascal plays.
That would be hilarious.
Perfect.
That would be hilarious. But that's all we know about the Street Fighter movie, and that's what we hope for happens with the Kim Possible movie. Because there is talks about another Kim Possible movie coming out. Nothing else has been said of anything.
This section of the video needs to get out there so that Pedro.
I wonder if he would be down for it.
I feel like he would.
At this point, he's in so many things. He's probably got so much residuals that now he's basically the grown-up version of the Harry Potter kids, where they can just pick and choose whatever the hell they want.
I feel like he would be so down. Get like a nice I don't think there'd be like to get like a nice like PG-13 like kiddish movie in him. I feel like it would be good. He could play around with it a lot too.
He still remembers popping up on Buffy on the first episode. He still remembers it. Yeah. It's the first one that Sarah Michelle Gellar like did in.
So,
Yeah.
I think he'd be down for it.
I think so too. All right, moving on to the world of the MCU. Avengers Doomsday has shelled out so much money on production so far that supposedly it needs to generate $2 billion at the box office in order to break even. Well, I kind of believe it because they just shelled out a few more million to film on location.
The Royal House.
To film on location at Windsor Castle. And I'm thinking, and this is speculation because they haven't actually come out and said what it is, but I think it's Doomsday. And what else could it be?
It's the Royal Castle, bro. Like, yeah. If you're gonna shell it, if you're gonna get that, you gotta shell it out for the guy.
And watch, it's only gonna be like, are they gonna be in it the entire time, or are they gonna be like, okay, we're here for 5 minutes in a room?
It's gonna be one of those moments of Doom just sitting on his throne and then just like, all right, stands up and then leaves.
That's probably what's gonna happen. Let me see. That about does it for our movies. Moving on to TV streaming. Leaks from Marvel suggest that a new Jessica Jones project is in the offing. Right now, it's just in the planning stages, supposedly, if this leak is to be believed. But because of the positive feedback from her casting announcement for Daredevil Born Again Season 2, it looks like they're trying to capitalize on all things Kristen Ritter and possibly even the Defenders. So we'll see how that goes.
How it depends.
I want more Defender stuff because in the comics, her and Power Man, Luke Cage, they have a kid together, and their kid in the future is Captain America, and like she's a total badass. But yeah, and like time traveling a couple times here and there. Not like Flash time travel, but let me see. Fear Factor returns to Fox this coming 2025-2026 television program schedule with new host Johnny Knoxville. Is he new?
Yeah.
He's new, right?
Yeah. It was Joe Rogan.
I remember him.
The OG. MTV brought it back for a while, and that was Luda.
Oh, that's right. That was Luda. Okay, yeah.
It was Luda, and now we got
Johnny Knoxville. So, I wonder if they're gonna ever do another Jackass movie. I don't think they are. Is it Jackass 5? Yeah, because
4 was during COVID, I believe. Right?
I think so.
It was a little after COVID.
Something like that.
Yeah. Like
I
would still go see it no matter what.
I would too.
Because gotta support these guys. But even if they did, especially with how they did it in the 4th one, where they were already kind of like phasing the older guys out because they brought in new people as well. They had new cast members. I could see them do it. It's just they'd probably have the OG guys would probably do less.
Probably like they do. Basically, he'd be doing what he's doing now for Fear Factor. Just like, all right, we're gonna do this. All right, go do it.
Like maybe every now and then, just because I know Steve-O, gotta know Steve-O, Johnny, and all of them would still probably want to do at least one stunt or a few stuff if they're going to be in the movie, but it probably just wouldn't be. Like if Jackass 5 happens, that's how I picture it being. Like maybe we get like 2 or 3 stunts a piece from them, but then most of it is like the other guys, the new people doing it.
I would want to see Tony Hawk in there. Like I know he's not part of the original, but I want to see Tony Hawk. Yeah. I would want to see Tony Hawk in there saying like basically just making fun of Johnny Knoxville and them because the dude still shreds.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that would be funny.
I do hope. I would hope there was a 5 though, just because of the fact that like Bam's really cleaned up a lot too.
Oh yeah, so, he just got out of rehab, right? Or is he still in there?
Pretty sure he's out.
Okay.
And so like the fact that he wasn't really in the other in 4, which I say that like in it just because I know there was one scene where he's totally in it, but they edited it to where you can't tell it's him. Right?
Oh, that sucks.
Like it was like their way of being like, no, Bam's in it in that one little scene, but like yeah. So like I would just hope we get 4, like we'd get a 5 just so you could see all of them in it again. Like he's cleaned himself up. They're all getting back to being like buddy with him. Like I would hope there's a 5 just to see that.
Yeah, I would too. All right, let's see. Okay, South Park creators Matt Stone and Trey Parker and their production company, I think it's Park Circle, they had sent a letter out on June 21st threatening legal action due to alleged contract interference from some of the corporate heads from supposedly Paramount Plus. But there's been no proof shared, so these are all just speculations on a bunch of people's parts. But the letter alleged all of this corporate interference with contracts. So they still have two more seasons left over at Paramount Plus with their exclusivity deal. Supposedly, according to this letter, the I guess like CEOs, executives from Paramount, all them, supposedly they are interfering in possible contract acquisitions for various other streaming sites, so they can't shop around South Park to anybody else because of this interference. And so now they are threatening legal action due to these alleged, interferences. And I gotta say, man, you don't mess with Matt Stone and Trey Parker. They do not care. Like the only thing that they care about is their work. You know what I mean? I remember when they were going to come out with the Muhammad episode. Very controversial at the time. And the Comedy Central, that's what it was called. Yeah. The Comedy Central people actually censored it before it went to air. And in their contract, it said, can't do that. So they got mad. They pulled their stuff, and they did not air anything. And Comedy Central basically said, okay, well, there's the door. And their viewership just tanked. It was like hardcore. So like 2 or 3 months later, they made up a new contract saying, okay, well, you do this. We won't do anything. You all guys will do your own in-house censoring. And there's actually a little bit of a, I think it's like an hour long, but it's a documentary of how an episode gets made. And at the time, they got it down to a week. And they delivered the episode straight to the people like 20 minutes before it's supposed to air. And it was all because they got pissed off and said, "Dude, you can't edit our stuff. It's in our contract." And them delivering it 20 minutes before it's supposed to air was supposed to help
really
that.
Help that. Can't do much in 20 minutes.
You really can't. Well, not back then. Now you can, because it's all like point and click. But so that was actually really interesting how they did it. And their goal was to do it in 3 days. Their next goal was to do it in 3 days. I don't know if they ever got that low. I'm pretty sure they did, because remember during all the elections, they were coming out with they were rapid fire, man. Yeah, it was insane on how quick their turnaround has gotten. You know what I mean? But that just goes to show how amazing they are behind the scenes, not just at the corporate level, but like, dude, they're heavily involved with their own stuff now, even now.
They're just great in general. People that they make fun of everybody, but like the Simpsons and all them, like the people that run that, they still like them too.
Yeah,
it's like, man, they're tremendous. And then speaking of South Park, I saw something the other day that is South Park standards, I think, pretty monumental. Because, like, you know who Edge is. He was Aries in Percy Jackson. Yeah. It was brought to my attention that he has a record, per se, for South Park. Because, I remember correctly, he is on an episode of South Park. They did, like, a little rendition of him. But Edge is Canadian. He had a regular face. He had his regular face. He is the only Canadian
that has a regular face.
Regular face.
Now, when you say regular face, do you mean like South Park regular face, or did they like superimpose his head?
No, like South Park regular face.
Okay, because you know how they did with the Saddam Hussein and all those other ones. Yeah,
no. He has his.
And Ben Affleck. Don't forget Ben. They did that to Ben Affleck too.
But okay. As far as I know, only Canadian to not.
Do they know this? We have to bring this to attention somewhere. Let's tag Matt Stone.
You ever meet him? Like, did y'all know Edge was Canadian?
That's pretty funny. I had no idea.
I saw a post on that the other day, and I was all like, His face is normal.
Also, fun fact: George Clooney voiced a dog in South Park: Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. It didn't talk. It was just all right. So, rumors are suggesting that a new TV series following the Energon universe from Image Skybound is also in the offing. The Energon universe over at Image Skybound includes various G.I. Joe titles and various Transformers titles. Mainly Transformers, Void Rivals, and the actual G.I. Joe now. But they also did several miniseries, Duke, Cobra Commander, Destro, Scarlet, and a few others. But right now they're just rumors, but there are also rumors saying that the official announcement is going to take place at San Diego Comic-Con next month. We don't know what's going on with that. I'm kind of hoping it's real because I love Transformers in general, except for Michael Bay. But
Bay's first one, amazing. Second one, passable by my standards. I know you definitely are like, no.
they killed the black
Anything
guy.
after... They killed him in the first movie.
They did kill him in the first movie. It was messed up.
But Tyrese Gibson is still alive.
They killed Jazz, okay?
No, real.
Yeah. So many people in the theater. They killed the black robot.
That movie is just so good. The first one, I have so much. Like, to make you feel better, I'll rephrase it to, that movie is so great for, like, the feel it gives you, like, nostalgia-wise, too.
Yeah, I'll give
Like,
you that, but
An
it's like
Xbox came to life and attacked someone. A
That is
Mountain Dew dispenser also attacked
I forgot about that one.
like the Bernie Mac's little like 5 minutes, like 10 5-minute scene.
Make us melting her smile.
Not Cedric Entertainer.
Anthony Anderson?
Anthony Anderson's part in there too.
Mhm.
Like, where did he and that other girl go? Like, come on, where did they go?
See, it's like they didn't have a continuity. At the end of each one, all right, we fixed it. We're friends with the government. The next one, okay, the government hates us.
The government's the government. Like,
Government,
it always makes sense.
I guess.
But yes, if Michael Bay, if you truly are coming back,
Bay explosion.
I need the explosions, which I know you will give. But I also need, like, I would like Shia LaBeouf to be back, and I would like Anthony Anderson and whoever that one girl was. Sorry, I don't know her.
She's been in
know where they
so.
go.
Oh, she's the girl that played Patty Walker in Jessica Jones. That is her. I forget her name, but
I
yeah,
forget her name,
that's her.
sorry.
That's her.
But still, yes, those are things that I want, that I need if Bay comes back. Because it needs to give the feel of that first.
She's in the raft. Damn it.
Feel of that first Transformers movie. Tremendous. I just genuinely, sincerely hope that he does not just continue off of the last one, because that one just makes no sense. Unicron is the freaking Earth. We're all dead if he goes off of that one.
Yeah, well, the entire thing is just like stupid.
Yeah.
They did that in Prime, which was stupid. Like, dude, Unicron is Transformers Satan. He's out there in the universe trying to eat
No
people.
thing. Because like no matter what, he transforms once, we're dead.
Mhm.
There's no coming back.
There's not. Oh, snap.
Maybe, hopefully, he like, if anything, just goes off of the second one. Like, make it a trilogy, if anything.
Yeah, all the other ones were what ifs.
Yeah, what ifs. I'm sorry, Mark Wahlberg, but
Dude, I liked Mark Wahlberg a hell of a lot more than I liked Sam in the movies. Like, he had the bad luck of getting stuck in the worst movies, but I liked his character a little more. He actually got a Cybertronian gun and went to town on some people.
he got a Cybertronian gun,
Yeah.
but at the same time, he's Mark Wahlberg.
Exactly.
Are you really gonna believe Shia LaBeouf was taking it to robot people?
Exactly.
That's why he was screaming. I do remember one time though, a bunch of like I think you, me, and Bob or someone else were going to see one, but it was like the first one that Shia LaBeouf wasn't in it, and we actually heard someone complaining about the fact that they weren't gonna get to hear Shia LaBeouf scream.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
They were like, half the reason I come to these is to hear LaBeouf scream. And I'm like, really?
You look over your shoulder. You see it. Shia LaBeouf. All right. Moving on. David Fincher's American version of Squid Games is supposed to set filming in LA this December. And apparently, this part right here is according to rumors. Rather than a straight out remake of Squid Games, this one is going to expand on the background of the actual games themselves. So instead of
Mr. Beast.
dude, maybe I don't know.
He's already made.
He's already getting there.
He's already made episodes titled Squid Games. So
I mean, I guess maybe like are they? Is he going to be involved in it? That would be funny.
that would be yeah.
Mr. Beast, are you going to be involved in the filming of Squid Games, the American one?
He's an actual character in it too. Like, just,
Oh man,
he's the man.
What if
behind the man.
what if he's the financier?
Yeah. just get one of those scenes. He's like, yeah, when you achieved as much as I have, you get bored. And you just,
That's messed up.
you can play a more radical version of himself. Just
Yeah.
sort of like, basically like NPH and in Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
Mr. Beast just
That-
plays a
that'd be
more
pretty funny.
radical version of himself in the American version of Squid.
Oh, that would be pretty funny. The script is being worked by Dennis Kelly, and aside from that, we don't have any casting. We don't have any other news aside from hey, it's happening this December. It's starting to film. Let me see. Last up, Vision Quest is going to be 8 episodes long, and is expected to wrap filming sometime in July, with an expected premiere sometime in 2026. I know there's a lot of vague stuff going on, but that's how it is. So, this is going to be like right. It's gonna supposedly they're trying to release it right before Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday. So we'll see how that's going to go. Yeah. Excuse me.
What's up? What the vision lets us see. Wow.
I'm not even gonna bless you on that one. That's how bad that pun was.
That's evil.
So wait, did you ever figure out if you could like unbless somebody?
I mean, I imagine you can. I imagine if you're ordained, you must. If you have the power to bless, you must have the power to take away. It's balance, you know. It's,
I think you just described equivalent exchange, and that is alchemy, which you're supposed to be against.
hey, all I'm saying is like alchemy, basically magic for the most part,
Uh-huh.
and like blessing somebody, giving people hope. It's pretty magical itself.
So you're a magician?
I am not. I'm just
Do
saying.
you have the magic?
I'm just saying. I could be magic. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I am. I'm just saying.
My mind immediately went. My mind immediately went to Ted.
Yes. That's what I was going for.
I'm just saying. Might be Jesus.
I might be Jesus. Like, that's all.
I love you.
All right, moving on to some random stuff. Couple things here. Talking about Transformers again. Robert Kirkman is set to take over the Energon Universe title of Transformers in the comic series, the Image Skybound. And Skybound is actually Robert Kirkman's production company, so it's basically the Grand Poobah coming down and laying hands on you and blessing you.
He was all like, he was like, we have an opening. I'm in.
Yeah, he's taking over for Danny Warren Johnson, and not only is he taking up writing duties, but he is actually bringing one of DC's hottest artists right now, Dan Moore, to take over artist duties for the interior. So he's going to be Dan Moore is going to be taking over for Jorge Corona, and issue number 25 is actually going to be Robert Kirkman's first job on the Transformers comic. He's going to be providing a backup story, and Jorge Corona is going to be providing the art on that backup story at basically like a baton handoff. No word yet on where his story arc is going to be going, but I'm kind of excited.
I need to bring back my boy. Bumblebee needs to come back.
Man, like so many others have been brought back,
I know.
but they just leave him on the floor.
Are they Uncle
That's
Ben?
so messed up.
Are they Uncle Benning him?
I think they kind of are.
Is he the Uncle Ben of this universe?
You know what? I think he's going to be the Winter Soldier of this universe. When they bring him back, he's going to be Goldbug. They're not going to know who he is, and he's going to be a total band.
Goldbug.
Yep. Wait, he was
I
Goldbug.
know.
Yeah.
It sounds fun.
Yep. So moving on and talking about the new Resident Evil Requiem, Requiem. How did you say? How did you say?
Renunium.
It's the Q is supposed to be 9. The Q is supposed to be a 9. But anyway, Resident Evil 9, Resident Evil Requiem, whatever you want to call it, has revealed a little bit of information about the new protagonist, Grace Ashcroft, in that she is going to be a little bit more introverted and easily scared. And to that, I say, same.
She's basically us.
Yes. So, same. But that is a stark departure from the list of protagonists that have been populating the series since the very beginning. Even in the very beginning, with the first Resident Evil, you had trained like STARS team members. They were the police. They were like super SWAT or whatever. So they're totally unflappable. They cannot be flapped. And even before that, in Resident Evil 0, you still had members of the STARS team mixed in with a couple fugitives. So yes, and then I think the only sort of thing would be the Outbreak Files, which was following regular people. But at the same time, they were all regular people that had like headstrong personalities, things like that. So they were also kind of nonplussed by the entire ordeal. They were still shaken, but not entirely like, oh my god, like peeing their pants.
Like you would definitely be. If
I'm not gonna lie. If zombies start, showing up, first thing I'm doing is finding a change of shorts.
Yes.
And then after that, probably finding a second pair of shorts, just in case.
Especially if like a dog rolls up to me, opens up its mouth, and then tentacles come out.
Like that's it. They're finding me just from the smell alone, and I know that's gross. But be honest, man. You get like some sort of Cthulhu, 4-legged Cthulhu coming at you, you're gonna mess your pants.
Like honestly, even though I'm pretty sure I still survive, but even like the classic type zombies, I'd still be I'd
still be scared. I don't know, like the classic Walker zombies. They're like, that. I don't know if I would mess my pants, but I'd be pretty terrified.
I'd be terrified just seeing
like seeing the stuff from Resident Evil 4. Hell yeah, I'd be terrified. Yeah. But yeah, so Grace Ashcroft is supposedly going to be the new protagonist, or is expected to be the new protagonist. I know there's a lot of reports saying that Leon was supposed to pop up in there, and he still might. But for the most part, they've switched gears and said that Grace is actually going to be the main focal protag in this one. But it might be almost like not Resident Evil 6 where you had like different campaigns, but like somewhat akin to Resident Evil 4. Not Resident Evil 4. Devil May Cry 4, where like half the game you advance as Nero, and then the rest of it you advance as Dante. That might be where it's going, where like they'll meet up eventually, kind of thing. But yeah, I'm really getting excited about this one. Oh, and we haven't talked about this yet, but Resident Evil 9 is actually going to be released so that way you can choose between first person or third person from the very beginning. So, and which is really nice because I really don't like first person games. Yes, like I played Resident Evil 7. Wait, yeah, 7, the one in the house.
Yeah,
played that, and I just don't like it.
Yeah,
I just don't like it because like the storyline is all right. But I just don't like how it's first person.
I get scared enough already. I don't need to be the immersion in there.
I wasn't scared. I was just annoyed. Like I can't freaking see around me.
But I also like you don't get to really appreciate how cool the character that you're playing as looks. Like that's my one downside with the Indiana Jones game. It's great. I love it.
Oh, that's right. It's first person, isn't it?
I can't admire Indy and his gloriousness. The fedora, I don't get to see. I just see all you see is.
Really? You see your hands going like this? Really?
Just like you always see the hands, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like you see the whip, just the little like jacket arm whip, and then come back out that, and it's like it's pretty cool. Some of it's cool at times, but at the same time, it's I want to see the wholeness. You know, I want to be like they show you in the trailers for it and everything. You see him fighting all that, looking so cool, majestic, and then it's just like, oh no, but in the game, here, this is my vision right here. It's kind of sad.
It kind of, yeah. I'll give you that. That's one of the reasons why I don't like first person shooters or first person games in general. But yeah, that about does it for our news for tonight. I actually saw the first episode of Countdown
Oh,
That's the Jensen Ackles. Yeah, I actually first saw it. Surprise cameo. I know it's kind of already been out there, but surprise cameo. Milo Ventimiglia. You know him as Peter Petrelli from Heroes, and he was also on Gilmore Girls. I don't remember who he played on Gilmore Girls. But anyway, Milo Ventimiglia was a cameo right in the beginning, and I was looking at him like, "Hey, it's that guy." You know? And right after I watched it, I saw the article where they interviewed Jensen Ackles. How did you get him to do this? And he was talking
Isn't he also in that? Wasn't he also in This Is Us?
Oh yeah, he was in This Is Us. Yeah,
that is a touching show.
I actively avoid that show because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not there emotionally.
Tears will be had. Bro.
Yes,
it messed me up.
Oh man,
in such a good way.
But yeah, so I saw the first episode, and right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. I do have one problem: the audio. So very low. I had to have my TV set at 50 in order to mostly hear what they said. But not only that, when it goes to commercial, because I'm too cheap to pay for going ad free, it's $3 a month. But I'm still, you know what I mean? Yeah. But anyway, like going from the show to the ad, it goes from talking like this to I can't control my voice. And yeah, and I was watching it when the girls were asleep. I'm like, oh crap! I had to mute it.
Be on watch.
I had to mute it. Yes, I had to mute it. But anyway, so basic premise. Milo Ventimiglia. There's gonna be spoilers for Countdown, so I'm gonna give you like 3 seconds. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys. This is a spoiler here a little bit because you can't really talk about it without talking about what happens. Milo Ventimiglia starts off. He is a customs agent for Homeland Security. He's doing. It looks like he's doing some shady stuff in the beginning, and he gets killed for it. Right? He gets like straight up unalived right in the middle of a huge like I guess bazaar or whatever in downtown LA, and that right there kicks off an entire string of dominoes where this one Homeland Security agent who has liaisons with pretty much all manner of law enforcement starts pulling agents and cops that are a thorn in everybody's sides, that people that won't technically be missed by their respective field offices. Basically, the dregs. Like, they're good at their jobs. It's just they ruffle too many feathers. And Jensen Ackles is one of them. His last, I only remember his name is Meacham. He's a detective. At first he's undercover, and he comes in and he's like, "I worked with you before. Why are you going to choose me?" And throughout the episode, you kind of learn a little bit more about all the other ones. There may be a problem with one of the recruits. All these other ones kind of trying to make a name for themselves, but this isn't really the unit where you do that. You fall in line, you get the job done, and you go home. You know what I mean?
It's Batman.
Pretty much, yeah. And they actually have a Batman on it.
Yes.
But yes, you have Jensen Ackles. Obviously, he's the focus point because I think he's aside from Milo Ventimiglia, he is the most famous person on the team, and it has him just kind of muscling his way into the leadership position because it doesn't look like he really trusts too many other people. That just might be because of his character.
He really is Batman.
Yeah. And
is this his way of compensating the fact that he may not be Batman?
Probably. I don't know. But
if he gets an orphan.
Oh man.
Serious.
Yeah. if he finds a kid, yeah. There is some internal struggle going on with pretty much all of the teams, like bits and pieces from here. Milo Ventimiglia is actually being investigated, because suspicious activity has been going on in his bank account, things like that. And the first episode leaves off on a huge cliffhanger as to why. It answers the question as to why, but then it leaves off the cliffhanger of, okay, now we know why, but now are they going to be able to stop it, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
So there is a countdown?
Yes, but they don't know how much time is left on the clock. Kind of thing.
Okay.
So there's stuff going on. Stuff like they are able to track and predict where things are happening,
Mhm.
but they didn't get the job 100% done.
Mhm.
And now the rest of the series is going to be, or at least the next few episodes, I think, are going to be them dealing with fallout from the first issue, for first episode.
Episode.
Yes,
Mhm.
comics. But yes, very good. Most of the actors are just fantastic, right? There's a couple of them that are kind of mad, but I don't recognize them from anything. So I think that might be one of their first breakout roles, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And but it's a far cry from most of the acting that was done on Supernatural. So it's pretty cool. And Jensen Ackles is pretty much good in whatever role you drop him in. So he's given top performance. Like,
he does
from the
everything
jump.
top notch.
He
Even
really
his
does.
modeling career.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was a model for a bit.
I only found out about that because evidently he did his. Very surprisingly, I thought he did more, but evidently he did his first ever actual talk show appearance on Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel. But it was one of the episodes where Jimmy Kimmel isn't actually the one doing. No, it was Jimmy Fallon. It was Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, where he did an episode on Jimmy Fallon, and yeah, evidently that's the first time he's ever been on a talk show. And,
So a lot of his stuff is interviews over at conventions.
yeah.
So whenever he does an interview, it like 99.99% of the time it's over there at a convention, or just somebody corners him on the street.
Yeah. So saw that, found out about his modeling career, and then he was then the other big thing he talked about besides Countdown was how the boys finished the last season, finished filming. He was like, yeah, the hardest part about all this, he's like, because obviously he teases the reunion that's gonna happen.
Mhm.
He's all like, the hardest part about filming all this was the fact that we were on a show together for so long that it was basically our house. We could do whatever we wanted, but that's not the case here. That's not our house. Because I had to tell Misha and all them, Misha and Jared, hey guys, this ain't our house. We gotta respect them. Jared, you gotta flush the toilet whenever you. So I'm like, oh yeah, he's tremendous. He's one of the celebrities I hope I get to meet.
Dude, from every report, from everybody that's interacted with him that I know, he seems like a stand-up dude. And so does Jared Padalecki.
Yeah.
Because they regularly go to the to one of the Ren fairs around here, and they just every now and then Jensen will dress up, and because that one episode where they did it with Felicia Day, he got a taste for it, and every now and then they'll find him dressing up at a Ren fair. And it's kind of funny because somebody will come in, oh yeah, I know him, I know that, yeah, we talked for an hour. It's like, oh dude, that's so cool. But yeah,
tremendous stuff. He's one of the people that I will watch just about anything if I see him in it. I watched about 2 months ago. I watched, and I didn't skip ahead or anything. I didn't do the YouTube skip ahead 10 seconds, a single moment in it. But him and his wife did a house episode thing for their house where they showed off their house. And for 30 minutes, I watched it as they're talking about his house. But it's funny too because he's so genuine with it. They got to rooms where he's all like, I've never been in this room before. Or they get to things where it's they're talking about a table or what they chose, and he's all like, yep, we have this. Don't ask me why. I did not pick this. That's her. Yeah, it's just he's so genuine with it. So it's yeah.
He's on the road most of the time. So, yeah. All right, guys. So I gave the first episode, I gave it an 8 out of 10. I'm really excited to see where this is going, and obviously I'm a fan. We're all fans of Jensen Ackles. Got to represent Texas.
Yeah. Ackles made it to it.
What?
Ackles made it to it.
Your Ackles made it to him? I don't understand.
I tried to do acclimated, but it's Ackles. It's hard to do puns with his name.
I didn't even recognize the word that you were trying to associate with it. That was bad.
It was
yeah.
It was difficult.
Yeah, that was
not a good look.
That was not. I'm sorry.
I apologize, people. My puns are
We
usually bad.
finally got him to apologize.
When it comes to Jensen Ackles, I mess up. I apologize.
Would you ever try one of his beers?
I've drank before.
No, one of his beers.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay.
I will admit, I'm one of those people where it's like, if a celebrity that I like, I will try, like, just about whatever. Like, I tried.
We have to go to Austin and try to get one of them.
Yeah.
The HEB here in town does not have them. I've tried. Yes,
I
I've
would
tried.
definitely try his beer. Yeah,
Yes.
I'd try his beer. Just like I tried Post Malone's Oreos.
Oh, we still need to find the Selena Gomez one, Oreos.
Yeah.
And we need to try.
I'd try
I think
Selena's
that.
Oreos.
Well, we all would. All right, guys. That was bad. That sounded horrible. That sounded horrible. I really meant the food.
This is a family show.
I'm sorry.
You have kids.
I do. I did not mean it that way. I was excited because aren't they? We were talking about this the other day.
They're red velvet.
They're red velvet, aren't
They're
they? I'm excited for it.
They're vanilla.
Are they vanilla?
No,
No, I thought they were red velvet.
That's the conversation we had.
Oh, that's
last
right,
week.
yeah.
Red velvet cake is just vanilla and red.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and say later before we start saying the other more dumb stuff. So if you like the Rain, it's gonna Rain with 2 Madmen. Go and give us a like, follow, share with your friends. Later.
Peace.